I think I have all my stuff this time. I don't think I'm going to have to go back and forth. Although I know that entertains you.
Well, I was preparing to close my book and make myself available for the things that you've forgotten.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll see if I've forgotten anything. I think I've actually got everything. Oh, hey, Renee is watching.
Hi.
How you doing? Hopefully you're doing all right. Hopefully you had a good day. Ours has been, well, we've been inside here all day. And been working. Finally feel like I got on a roll a little bit later in the day. I actually have more stuff to do. So I'm definitely only going to be having one cocktail. And then have some dinner and then probably get back to it because work, right? So, kind of an overcast, crappy day. I feel like something, not gin. I've been doing a lot of this stuff with gin. I need to go back to something closer to my basics. I'm gonna make a Black Manhattan tonight. So Black Manhattan is basically like a normal Manhattan, except you use Amaro, Averna Amaro, instead of vermouth. Yes? Laughing over there in the corner?
I don't know what street number it is in New York that runs across the top of Central Park.
Oh. That's like Gary, and his response was.
It's a Harlem.
So Harlem?
Yeah.
Yeah. Huh, yeah. Why not? Yeah. Hey, how you doing? Hey, Julianne. Good to see you. Okay, so like my normal Manhattan, I'm gonna start with some rye. And actually, I've only ever seen Black Manhattan recipes with rye. Perhaps it's needed to offset the Amaro. That's my theory anyway, is that it's going up against something a little more powerful than vermouth. So it needs to have that extra rye edge to it to take it on. So 2 ounces of rye and an ounce of the Averna. So there are all sorts of different Amaros out there. Like anything that's like a bitter digestive is, I think, technically an Amaro. But Amaros are all ridiculously specific recipes, and there's a lot of different flavors amongst them. So while I might be fairly quick to substitute out one thing or another for a lot of recipes, if a recipe is calling for an Amaro, I'm probably going to want to try and find the one that is actually named in the recipe. And you look at all the different Black Manhattan recipes out there on the intertubes, they're all calling for Averna. So I'm sticking with that. All right, so we've got the rye, we've got the Amaro, and we need a couple of dashes of bitters. And for this, I'm just going to use the go-to, the Bitter Cube Trinity bitters, which I cannot find locally now, or at least all of the options where we can order from our liquor store and have it ready for pickup. They don't have it, so I'm going to have to actually, I think, put in an order from Bitter Cube themselves.
Was that the sampler that I got you for the holidays that one year?
Yeah. Actually, the Trinity bitters wasn't in that sampler. You did get me a Bitter Cube sampler. The Trinity wasn't, but Trinity is made up of their Boulevard bitters, the orange bitters, and the cherry bark vanilla bitters. And all 3 of those were in there. So I was able to combine them together into a kind of an ersatz Trinity bitters. A little off topic there. Actually, no, it's on topic. I'm just getting distracted from the stirring. I need to stir. This is my meditation today, stirring, as I stare into the camera lens. Is it too personal if I just stare directly down the barrel of the camera? Is it a barrel of the camera if it's actually my phone? The things we contemplate when we're trapped inside. Right, so I think we're properly stirred. I did forget something.
What did you forget?
My strainer. My Hawthorne strainer.
You use it every time. Every time you make cocktails, you use this thing.
All the time. Yeah, not if I'm shaking it. Anyhow, thank you. It's the lovely and talented Mimosa off camera handing me this. And sometimes I'll put this in a coupe. I'm going to go ahead and put it in a Nick and Nora this evening because that's striking my fancy. You could also put it in a traditional martini glass if you wanted. But generally, this is an up drink. Every now and then, like a regular Manhattan, you'll order it somewhere, and they'll bring it to you on the rocks, like in an old-fashioned glass. And it's like, I ordered a Manhattan. What are you doing? Just adding in for garnish a filthy cherry. Tasty, tasty. And these guys are sugaring. So I've got a few different kinds of cherries that I use. And while that's cool, and I love the science of like, okay, which one balances things out better, right? The downside is you don't go through them as quickly. And so my cherries are sugaring. What you gonna do? But here we have a completed Black Manhattan. So hold on, what is Amaro again? Renee asks. Okay, so Amaro is a like a digestif liqueur with whatever proprietary spice blend the company that's making it puts in. So this is in Italian. I am not going to attempt to butcher the Italian. If I did that, I'm sure Gab, if you see this, you would correct my pronunciation. See, Amaro Averna was, I'm going to read to you before I taste my drink. Amaro Averna, born in the sunny and welcoming land of Sicily, where the infusion is produced until today, respecting the ancient recipe of the Averna family. A careful selection of herbs and roots grant Averna its smooth and round taste and its unmistakable aroma. Enjoy straight, chilled, or on the rocks, or as part of a delicious cocktail. Which brings us full circle. Cheers. That's tasty. That is tasty, and it's relaxing. It's just like falling into a comfortable, overstuffed leather chair. This is a happy place drink. I'm glad I stuck with this. First time I made one of these, I actually made it with bourbon, and I did not like it. So, yeah, but ever since I've done it with rye, it's been a much more satisfactory experience. So I quite like this. Could it be improved? Probably. This isn't, like I think my normal Manhattan is pretty dialed in, and my old fashioned I think is like the star of the things that I make. But this is getting pretty good. This is getting pretty good. I'll take it. I'm not going to be offering this to men. If you want me to make you something, I am happy to do that. This would not be your flavor profile at all. And
No, it is pretty.
And I'm also enjoying it myself.
It's a very attractive drink.
It is. It's a handsome drink. With our Nick and Nora glasses, we can pretend we are quipping at each other, having bon mots while we're solving a case in black and white. Yeah.
I do feel like I'm in black and white.
We're not really so much Nick and Nora, though, are we? Because I'm not the thin man by any stretch of the imagination.
And I am nowhere near as glamorous as that woman is.
Yeah, we are not the cool star and starlet of the 1930s that we once were. Wait a minute.
No, we never were.
We've
never been that.
No, in my mind, in my imagination. So, did you want me to make you anything?
No, I'm good.
You're good? All right. Well, hey friends, have a good evening. Hopefully today treated you well. Hopefully tomorrow will treat you better. Let's see. Oh, hey Amy, how you doing? So yeah, hopefully I'll see more of you online, and I will see a lot more of you after all this shit blows over. Hopefully sooner than later.
In about 6 months.
Take care. Stay safe.
Sorry.
Talk to you later. L'chaim.
I didn't mean to impose an